The boy-looking one. The one with the wimpy legs and the tough fear. The one who never changes clothes, who never locks the door. The one always running from the neighbors for all they heard and all they couldn't hear. The one who talks to himself so much, it's like he's trying to build a fan base out of all the dust and his lazy grace. The one who begged for change on the corner of her empty pocket heart. The one who got sick and couldn't pedal his own bike for an entire year. So they bought me, hoping she could take them everywhere. The boy-looking one who was always on the back seat, playing with the bell. He's the only one still here. Walks past me every day, pretends I am a church with a cruel God and a foolish congregation, tells everyone he can't believe he ever prayed. Sometimes he stops, stares at all my spokes and says, I wish you'd done that more. Spoke. Right now he is too fragile for me to argue the landscape of silence, for me to tell him his streets were so loud she couldn't ambulance I love you through all his self-looting doubt. He hardly noticed the red light of her absent tears, hardly noticed how often she'd hold her pulse to her own ear to make sure she was still there. How do lovers hold up all the stars and not know space is the opposite of what they need when they can't breathe? But my Lord, you would not believe how their lungs could turn a hard-pedaled hill into a year they'd won, a year taken back from the triggers of their tongues, from the bullets they took like pills when they were too tired to bleed. Every time they'd reach the top of the hill, the boy-looking one would press his ear to the girl's spine, listen for the moment when the saw of her breath would cut down every tree that had ever grown a ring he hadn't shined for her hand. This is where they'd sing, my tassels twirling in their tender threaded palms. This is where they'd swear wheels can turn around everything, where they'd ring the bell and follow each other's angels to the salt of their sweet lips, where they'd blush new as strangers, pressed in the palms of the same prayer. They'd say, let this be the day we start seeing what we saw when we first met. Let the hands of that reaper clock unbury our fever, our alleyway waltz, that top-down drive up the California coast with the elephant seals and Big Sur on fire, or even just that first time we bought a shower curtain together. That day was plenty, they'd say. Give us back that kind of weather, they'd say. The boy's face still pressed against the girl's spine. The girl will wear him down like a crown, all the way down the hill towards home. The boy will whisper, thank you for pedaling me. I know how heavy I can be. The girl will smile like every leaf on every tree is a new leaf turning over. All night they will hold each other like they will never again lose sight of what it was they first saw. I meant to tell them what it was you first saw is the only thing that's real. What you first saw was love. Love is like two wheels. You were like